If you're new to CS2 or Counter-Strike in general, I'm about to teach you 2 flash techniques that'll take your game to the next level. And I'm talking about the art of the self-flash. Not the pop flash, the self-flash. Now, let's get something straight. This is for noobs, not for veterans. I'm gonna break down to you what is a self-flash in the dumbest way possible because I am stupid. Pop flash versus self flash. You don't want to throw a flash like a noob, right? Look at that. They fucking see that whole shit coming, bro. You want to throw a flash like a pro. And you got to get creative. Right? Look at that. Now tell me the reaction time to that is a lot harder than what we just saw. That's a beautiful flash. So a pop flash is when you use your surroundings to reduce the time of the pop from when the enemy sees it. You see how much time there is? That is really no reaction time. And there's a lot of different pop flashes in the game. You don't have to use the wall. You can also use the freaking floor right there on Dust 2. That's another example. There's a ton of pop flashes in the game. And I'm not saying don't use them, but there is a problem to pop flashes where you have to make a noise. And they hear that noise and they can turn away because they can know it's coming, especially if they know about that pop flash. A self flash is when you do it yourself. You don't use the surroundings to help you flash out. And a good example is this. That is a self flash where you reduce the time the enemy's gonna see the flash coming and then you fucking dunk on them. So there's a ton of different self flashes just like there is pop flashes, you know, and this one's a little disguised because it goes through the terrain and it's good. First technique is the middle click flash. You want to impress your friends. You want to impress that e-girl in the lobby. Let me tell you, you got to learn this fucking flash. This flash is crazy. You just basically left click, right click, and that's it. And as soon as it turns a corner, they're done. They're toast. Everybody's so focused on the floor. Oh, he's going to peek the head. They're not even going to see it coming. And then you get some pussy. Make sure you're playing with timings so you know what angle you want to throw it at. Obviously, the higher you go, the less it's going to cut off. You know? It's something that you're just going to have to play around with. I like doing it high while moving, and that'll get the timing down. You can also stay still and have it lower and then go out, and it can work just as beautiful. So make sure you play around with what you're comfortable, try it in game, and see what you're gonna do. Dunk on some kids, talk some shit after you flash the fuck out of them. You're gonna look like the biggest Chad, I'm telling you. This flash is insane. And you don't have to only do it there. Let me show you on B side. You wanna enter B? I mean, that was unintentional. That was actually pretty cool. Crossbar challenge. But just throw it higher. And then look, boom. You don't even need to make a noise by pinging it off, because that gives them a warning. So let me show you 2 in-game examples. The flash should be disguised by the wall, and as soon as it's visible to the enemy, it pops.
Okay.
That's a really bad fucking arc, but you could probably middle click that instead of left click. Oh hell yeah. See, if you just get in game and practice it, you'll know what height to do what. Second technique is the right click flash. So the most important self flash is the right click. And this is what it looks like. It's a beauty. And when you move forward with the right click, it changes everything. I mean, look how long the arc gets, and you can build up some nice speed with that. It gets really nice. The right click, you don't want to have it at head level because it takes too long. There's 2 bounces. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Come on. You want to dunk on somebody. You don't want to be predictable, bro. You want to catch them off guard. It's got to be 1 bounce and done. So you've got to practice and memorize it. This arc, you know, this is a beautiful arc. So the right click is amazing. Use it at your will to get out of there. I mean, look at that. They have no reaction time. Here are 2 examples of the right click flash in game. Before I go though, the biggest tip I have would be just replace CS2 with CSGO, and you'll find a lot more content, like 20 years worth of content. So yeah, so I hope you learned something today. New tutorial coming never. Alright, never say never, but I don't really do tutorials. I do other type of CS content, so subscribe if you like to somewhat be entertained, and I'll catch you on the next video.